Alright, hello everybody and welcome back, Human Resource Machine. I know I put this game down for a while and I was really close to the end as well, but I'm here to get back on the bandwagon and see if we can get this thing done. I guess I wasn't super close to the end. It looks like inventory report, I still have not accomplished anything. Did I get a working program for this or not? Let me just run this really fast and see if there is actually a working program that just didn't meet any of the qualifications. It appears so. I mean, this thing seems a little out of hand, and I don't even remember exactly what this task was, but it is taking a long time to do, but that's okay. We're going to call it good and move on to the next puzzle still. I might come back to these later and see if I can do some optimization, but as long as it works and finalizes, I want to... Oh yeah, I guess. Okay, this is one where it counted how many times this thing occurred. The letter occurred on the floor. Okay. I remember this one now, and I remember it not being the prettiest code in the world, but it was, it worked, is what I can say about it. So, there we go. It worked. It was successful. And it just didn't meet any of the size challenge nor the speed challenge. But that's okay. Continue to elevator. Let's go check out our coffee break.
Hey, where's Carol?
No. There she goes.
Oh my god. This coffee is amazing. Back to work, ladies.
I don't remember them talking before.
Breaking. Previous reports of machine army evaluate to false. Everything equals 100% fine. Whether within pleasant tolerance parameters or human skin layer, you're all going to be fine.
Yes, thank you, robot news reporter. I mean, normal news reporter who's not a robot at all. Okay, let's see. We gotta do the Vowel incinerator first, and then we have a branching path that we'll have to figure out. Vowel incinerator. Hi, Isl. What's the morning for this? Management is attempting to reduce bandwidth by removing all vowels from every word. Good luck. Okay, send everything from the inbox to the outbox except for the vowel. So basically, all I gotta do is compare it to the things on the floor. So I'm gonna inbox. Going to... Why is there a 0 on the floor? I probably have to, and I probably don't need to do this. I'm gonna copy it to 6 first. It'll still be in my hand. So then I can sub it from A. Oh, this is my... Okay, wait. We're going to sub from 5. Okay, sub from whatever value exists within 5, which is going to be A the first time around. If it's 0, you want to go back up to the inbox because it means it's a vowel. And you want to go get a new letter from the inbox. If it's not a 0, you need to bump this one up. And then you need to... I'm not going to have the letter in my hand anymore. So I need to copy from 6 where I stored this thing. And we're going to... Let's label this thing as a letter. So there we go. So that's going to be my letter stored there. So I'm going to copy from there. And then I'm going to go back up. I'm going to jump to here where you're subbing it with 5. But now this has been incremented. And basically, that's all going to work fine. Except for the fact that if it is a vowel, I need to first I need to make sure this stays a 0. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Copy from 0. Copy to. We'll do 9. This will be my placeholder. Extra steps, which is annoying. So I placeholder just for a 0. Well, I guess you know what? This isn't placeholder. It's How do I edit this? Here we go. Trash it, and it's 0. It's just always 0. So then, when I actually start over, what I want to do is I want to copy from. This is annoying because it's going to have to do it. Copy from there and copy to there. Because I always used to restart this thing as a 0 when it resets. Which is really annoying because at the beginning you do a bunch of random stuff for absolutely no reason. So I want to watch this, and basically I should iterate through the whole... Oh no, it should stop here at the second one. Because I is a vowel. So it does this beginning setup stuff, which is annoying. So... Okay, it's not 0, so it increments that. Picks I up, goes in there, increments that. I don't know why it picks it up when it increments, but... Boom, there's 0. So it wants to start over and grab the next one. And this one should iterate through the entire process, but I somehow need to say at the end that it knows that it's done. Oh, you know what I could do? No, I don't know if that would work. Okay, so, and that's the thing is, you can sub with mixed operations, subbing between one letter and one. So, it tries to sub here on this letter, because it went through the entire row, and it realized that it's not, so it's not a vowel, but it doesn't know how to end to say that it's not a vowel, because when it gets through this, when O is 5, it needs to stop. So... how would it know that O is, or that 5 is the number 5 now? Or that has gone through and done the U? Okay guys, let's see if this works. What I've added was this check U function. So right after it over here will... It's going to sub whatever is in 5, and if it's 0, if it matches, so it knows it's a vowel, it's going to go back up to the top and start again, essentially. If it doesn't match, it's going to check U to see if we're at the end, basically. It's going to copy from 5, so whatever letter is sitting in 5. It's going to subtract it from U, so it should be, basically, if it becomes a 0, you know you were at the end of the run, and it'll go down here, which will outbox, oh no, it can't outbox the letter yet. I will need to... copy from my letter first and then outbox, and then jumps to the beginning. If it's not a 0, basically it just bumps this letter up and starts doing the process over again like it did before. This actually should work. So this is my setup that is still, like I said, long and laborious and pointless. So the N is there, so N should actually run through. Boom. So it checked, and A was not U, which is kind of annoying because you could, in theory, just run it 5 times. So it's doing all this stuff. Let's see what happens. So N is going to iterate through the list. And then it's going to hit that and realize it's a 0, so it's going to grab N and outbox it. But what happens when it finds out that E is actually a letter? Starts back over. I think we got this. It's not pretty code. I'm also out of practice at this game, but... I think this is going to work. It's just, it's long. It's going to take a lot of steps. There's still like 2 or 3 iterations I could probably cut out at the beginning of where it sets up my scene. I could probably somehow make that go... I couldn't make it go to the end. Not exactly sure how to make... I could move it to the bottom so it doesn't do it right away at the beginning, but that's only adding like 2 extra steps. And here we go. Come on, little fella. Yes. And 7 or 13. Wow, I actually wasn't too bad on the steps either. We'll come back to this one in a little bit, but right now, let's go up the alphabetizer side. Let's get these ones done first, and then we'll go finish this thing out. Optional hallway for advanced employees only. Buzz, buzz. Yes, indeed. Goodbye. Click. Incoming message. You will receive 2 words. One is a decoy, a false lead, a red herring. The other is part of an important message. The inbox contains exactly 2 words. Determine which word comes first. If you were to order them alphabetically and send only that word to the outbox. What? Okay. Inbox 10. Are you guaranteeing me that there's going to be no words that are more than 10 letters? I think that's what this 10 is going to be. Which I'm okay with that. Inbox. Copy to that number. Oh, again, I've got to do this whole copy from 0, copy to 20, copy from this, copy to 21. This is annoying because, oops, there we go. This is gonna be my 0, 0, and this is gonna be my 10 placeholders. I don't know how else to do this in this game, but either way, so that's my initial setup, which is annoying. So I'm going to inbox, copy to 23, which is 0. Well, I got to inbox, actually, I got to check jump if 0 to, this will be going down to the next subroutine, because that's my placeholder for my word ending. So otherwise I will copy it to 23. Bump 23. And then basically just inbox, right? Inbox. So it's going to go like that. Like all the way down. Perfect. I just hit the wrong button and minimize my screen. I don't have a scroll bar over here, which is kind of weird. I thought I had a scroll bar, but I have to use my scroll wheel. So that should get the first word out there, and then the second word. So let's just go like this and go 1 first, and then this is where I jumped to, and this is gonna be second, just to keep my places right. Basically, it's gonna do the same thing, except for instead of using 23, it's gonna use 24. I'm assuming it's gonna terminate with a 0 as well. So again, I'm gonna copy. Excuse me. I'm gonna inbox. I'm going to copy to 24's number like that. I'm going to bump plus 24, and I'm going to jump to the top. However, if I need to jump if 0, because that means it's over. And then this is going to take me down to my routine of actually determining. So this is where I'm going to start to just alphabetize. Alphabetize. So let's see if this works first. Let's see if this lays everything out on the floor for me. Well, actually, I don't need these at the beginning, do I? Because I don't need to start over again. So I might be able to get rid of this whole section, because I don't need to actually start those numbers over, so I should be fine. Untie and until. So it's going to make me iterate all the way to the end of this word. So it is laying it out on the floor appropriately. Okay. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Wait, why'd you inbox, though? Not enough stuff in the outbox. Management expects to... Oh, not enough stuff in the outbox. Okay, yeah, because he stopped. That's fine. Now, I guess the question is... I might need these because I need a place to start over. because I have to start back at the beginning of this thing to do the comparison between where these numbers start, and then bump them up until they equal these numbers. So first we will do a copy from the 0 word, and then sub that from the value of 10. Pretty much, if it's 0, we're going to move on to knowing that they're equal and we need to go check the next letter. If it's negative, it's going to mean that the first word is the first in the alphabet, and if it's positive, it's going to mean that the second word is the first in the alphabet. So basically, we're going to have a jump if negative and a jump if 0, but then in between these two, it's going to be to start copying from copy from 10 outbox. That'll just be the first word, or the first letter of the first word. Then I need to somehow... Okay, no, I'm sorry. 10 is... No, I need to copy from 10 and outbox that. Because I'm bumping these numbers, but then I need to compare... I guess, oh my god, I gotta copy from 10 itself first, and then sub that from this 10. If it's 0, it means it's at the end of the road, and it needs to stop. I guess maybe he just won't keep going. So let's ignore that part for now. Because I'm trying to get to end game, like the end of the word. Do I have to stop him? Or the second he drops that last word in the outbox, is it going to be like, is it going to finish automatically? And it might just finish automatically. So either way, let's copy from 10. Outbox it. Bump 10. Jump. Okay, so that's giving me the very first letters if they're different. Which in this case, they are different. And in this case, the D word is going to be the one that is earliest in the alphabet. So let's see what happens in this particular case that's sitting right here. So we know we can copy everything to the floor, okay. Then we really need to slow it down. So boom, boom. Okay, so basically what it's going to do now is it's going to grab the U, compare it. Oh, it was a positive number. Yeah, a positive number. So D, I, unless it is this doing it backwards? No, it's accepting these as outputs. So he's going to tell me that this works for this, but it's not going to work for all combinations. Essentially what he's going to say. Why is he still going? Why didn't it just end? Why didn't it just end? I finished the word. The word is over. But the word is done. Why you do this? And I can't even test this iteration because they're the same word. So basically, I do need to do a comparison, which is unfortunate. So wait, what is this subroutine exactly? This subroutine is going to be my subroutine for if second equals A. I'm saying A as in earlier in the alphabet. So this is if the second word is early in the is the earliest one in the alphabet. Because I want to run this routine over and over again. But how do I do that actually? Because what it's going to do is this is embedded in the middle of this first run, and I guess I can keep jumping up to the top somehow. Because it's very easy that if it's negative, run, and that's, and this one right here will be if first equals A. And I can kind of do the exact same thing again, but it's going to be a copy from 0, outbox, bump 0. Jump. Obviously, I'll have to get something into to end this thing. So that's the if negative. If it is 0 though, if they're equal, what I need to do is I need to bump both of these values. Wait a minute here. No, I don't want to bump those values. If I bump those values, I'm never going to get back to the beginning to be able to copy the word from the floor. Do I need a third placeholder? Because yeah, if I bump those, I no longer have a 0 and a 10 sitting on the floor because these have gone up for my counters. I know how long each of my words is. Whereas these ones were my placeholders, but they're no longer my placeholders because I'm using them to check the values of this stuff. However, if I go to the second row, crap. I guess we're going to copy from 0, copy to 18, copy from 10, copy to a 19. Let's put them there. And then we bump 0, and we bump 10. No, then we bump 18, and we bump 19. Shoot, how am I going to do this? Okay, folks, so I've rearranged the code a little bit so that way up here at the top, I not only copy to 0, I also copy to 0, 2. And so I set up those extra values up here at the very top of the program, and kind of it eliminates 2 steps that I was going to add. I don't know if they're required. And then what I've done is basically if the comparison on the letter says they're equal, it jumps down here, and if it's 0, yeah, it jumps down here, and it bumps 0 up and bumps 10 up, and then it starts doing this again. So basically it's looking at the second letters and comparing the second letters to each other, in which case it would do the same thing, except for the fact that when it actually, if second A, I need to not copy from 10, I need to copy from 10-2 and bump 10-2. Yes, I think this is 0, 2, and 0, 2. Wait, I don't bump that piece of the letter of 0, 2, though. There you go. Bump the 0, 2 itself, not the value of 0, 2. So I've got a few different kind of placeholders going on. The only thing I'm missing at this point, I think, let's see if this will work, because it's got to jump from the U to the second letter. And then after that, I got to get it basically end game. When it gets to the end of the letter, it's got to stop. So let's speed this up while it puts the letters out there. So here we go. So now it's going to go copy, it's going to check the U, compare it against the U. It realizes it's a 0, so it bumps the 0, it bumps the 10, goes and picks up the N and compares the N. It's also a 0, so it's going to bump them up, bump them up. This is where it's going to get different. It should start copying from this bottom one and start placing. So this, wow, this works. I'd have to test it for the first case, if it's the first letter, make sure that's right. I just need to basically get it to endgame. So it needs to know that, yeah, so basically at the very end, and what it's got to compare at this point is, so if the second A, it bumps the 10, and instead of jumping right away, it bumps it, and then, so it's holding this value, and then it needs to subtract it from this value. And if that is 0, it's endgame. I don't know if I have to do a jump down to endgame. Else, it goes back to the top and starts again. I think that's all I'm going to have to do. So in this case, in theory, what it's all going to be too is after the bump 0, I'm going to sub it what I have in my hand with 23, jump if 0 down to endgame as well. That should it should finish the program off. And there should never be a case where the words are identical, so I shouldn't have to do that in here, because if they are identical, then we have other issues. Such as, I wouldn't know which word to put in the outbox in the first place. So let's see. UN. That's the word I'm comparing, is UN. So, U's are the same. Goes to the other one. What the hell? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Un versus untie? How the hell am I going to account for that? Let's see if these are at least... Dirt versus dirt? Dude, you're a piece of crap. I hate you. Yeah, I know I can't get from... Let's at least get a case that I can verify against. Is this the same case? Dirt versus dirt, stop it. Unit versus unite. Screw you. Units versus unit. Come on. Give me something that I can... Unity versus unity. Give me something I can actually compare. Units versus unit. Give me something that gives me a clear... Oh my god. So every time, basically, if it's lesser of a letter, you threw me cases I was not expecting to be thrown in this game. So basically, every time I need to see if we are at the end word. So if we get to one word's over, sorry about the beeping, one word's over and the other word's not, the word that's over is the alphabet. Like, that's where you're at in the alphabet. Or you're earlier in the alphabet. So at the very beginning of alphabetize, I'm going to copy from, instead of copying from 0, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy from, Jesus Christ, 23 as the number, and I'm going to sub that from 0. If that is negative, or excuse me, if that's 0, because they're at the end. Oh, I want it to be +1. I kind of want this before the bump. So when do I actually bump these letters up? Bump 0 and bump 10. So I kind of want this to be right before the bump. Okay, so I can do this at the end. So, right before it bumps these letters, here we go. Let's copy from... I don't remember which one was which. That was my placeholder until I start doing this copy thing. So I want to copy from this. What? Oh, sorry. Copy from this. Sub 0. If it's 0, I need it to go to that the first one is less. Obviously, if it's not 0, we're going to copy from 24. We're going to sub it from 10. Jump if 0 to the second one is less. That should, in theory, work for if they're equal as well. Let's find out. Unity and Unity. Let's find out what it does with Unity and Unity. Empty value cannot copy from. What did I try to copy from? So I grabbed 10. Excuse me. I subtracted. Wait. It's going one too far. Do I need to bump them first? So maybe I did need to bump them first. Wait, which numbers am I? Yeah, so I guess I did need to bump them first. So my bumps should be... right there? Excuse me. Sorry about that. U is U. We're still good. Now all of a sudden that's a 0. So it's going to start outboxing. That worked. That worked for that particular case. Oh, look how close. I could probably hit that. Oh my god, I was super close on this one. I bet you I could drop this one down by 1 or 2 commands. Especially with all these copies here, which is really annoying. So, copy from 23, copy 2, 0, and 0. Okay, that's annoying. Copy from 24, 10, and 10, 2. Or inbox, jump if 0. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think I can do anything there. Copy from 0. Subtract that with 10. Why am I subbing with 10? Oh, subbing 10. Okay, that's comparing the two numbers. Oh my god. I gotta be able to get this thing down 1 or 2 commands. Well, I'm happy with this for now. I've dropped it by 1 command. I managed to drop 1 command out of here, which did make me meet the speed challenge. I'm still 1 over on the size challenge. Let me just show you real quick what I did. Basically... here, where it starts doing the comparison to see if it's at the end of the word, what it originally had was that it bumped the 0, it bumped the 10, and then it copied from the 0 spot and compared it to 0. But I figured instead, since I already had the 10 in my hand, I would just rearrange the way it did it, and it started with the 10 spot. So instead of having to copy from right away, I just subbed the number that was in my hand with the 10 spot, and I checked the 10 spot first. Unfortunately, I do have to copy the 23, which is whatever that number is with 0, and I'm subbing it with that new number, the other number at the end of the command. So it dropped it by 1 command, but the way it has to iterate, it actually did it faster than it was supposed to. So it works. Not 100% efficiently because I got 1 extra command than the average, but I'm 1 less than the speed challenge, so I am happy with that. So guys, that was a couple of really tough puzzles in Human Resource Machine, and stay tuned for the next episode where we take on more of these puzzles.